it's Ronnie. Look up EMF. Lightning strike, EMF. That's how they knock down satellites. This ain't going to be a short, but it's only going to be a couple minutes long. EMF does not mean electromagnetic frequency, is electromagnetic flux, which is the current flying outside of a wire or a direct electrical input, like welding. There's electrical flux lines that go around any arc. Yeah, I experimenting. I'll show you, but look that up. If you want to look up EMF first, look on Britannica.com, not Google. Google just comes up with all this EMF crap about it causes cancer and stuff. Which, yeah, this will kill you. A lightning strike outside my door. It missed my transformer. There was a spot about 14 feet up my driveway. After I looked down at daylight, melted all the snow for like 4 feet. Okay, a 4 feet circle. Didn't hit a tree. Didn't hit the transformer or the power lines, just hit the ground right out that way, okay? Melted the freaking snow and ice, about a 6-foot hail. Pretty cool. And then it snowed again now already, so yeah, you can't take a picture of it, but I didn't have time. But just, you gotta believe me, I know what I'm talking about. No electrical wiring. I said, all this stuff is surge protected. If anything hits any electrical transformer that gets transformed through your power lines into your home, it supposedly will block that shock and it will blow up your surge protector for $20, but your stuff won't get hurt. Well, this is different. When a lightning bolt, your house runs on 120 volts in your outlets, okay? And this stuff handles 15 amps max to 20. Now remember that, 120 volts, maybe 15 to 20 amps. If you got a good wiring system like this house, I had it custom built, it'll take 20 amps through the wiring and 115, 120 volts at 60 hertz, okay? And that's, if something would hit a wire or somehow send electricity through the wiring, the surge protectors will take, I don't know, 50, 80, I don't remember how many. They're supposed to take 20,000 volts of oomph. And they will pop before it blows any of your electronicals up. And then you just got to buy a new surge protector. You know, they got a max of, like, I don't know, some are 5,000, some are 10,000 volts. What if it is way over that? Odds of that happening are like winning the lottery and the Mega Million. You know, usually surge protectors will stop it. Well, the surge protectors I have, they've not blown. If you can hear static, is that cool? This is not electrical current surge through the wiring. It was electromagnetic frequency charge through the air 15 feet away, and I'm sure the steel door compounded it, and just one thing got whacked instead of all of it. I'm happy. A basic small lightning strike, okay? There's 120 volts running through here, and a surge protector will take 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 volts. Stop it. You know, and the amperage, 20, 30 amps. A basic lightning strike is over 330 million volts released instantly at over 33,000 amps. All right? And it causes a magnetic electrical pulse through the air because there's moisture in the air, and that electrical pulse of voltage and amperage will hit stuff even if you have it surge protected. It didn't go through the wiring, or all my wiring would have been smoke. It came through the freaking air and just took that out. My amp's toast. Check this out. I thought maybe it just got the HDMI input. This is 95.6 because it's a cheap radio.
Credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
95.5. And they usually play music. No antenna, none of the counter. Junker. It's supposed to be 99.5.
What are you going to do?
Now, here I'm going to show you what my big surround sound amp sounds like tuned to the FM tuner 95.5 or 6. Alright? You want to hear what my tuner sounds like out of my $500 amp now? It's on here. It's tuned there, don't worry. I'm just going to turn the volume knob. You hear that? That's my surround sound. Those are not surround sound. Those are hooked up to the other amplifier, just plain stereo in the back room and up here. My surround sound stuff, you can hear it. The sound of the ocean that's really icy on top. She's fried, baby! The EMF, the electromagnetical flux current blasted this. There's nothing you can do about that, okay? A surge protector won't stop that. You have a lightning strike right outside your home, and it don't go through the wiring. If you're lucky, it don't blow nothing up. Well, it totally toast. I thought maybe just the HDMI. She's fried. It just never ends. Look up EMF. It's electromagnetic frequency. And any electrical charge causes a frequency in the electronicals, and it carries. Tesla has patents about carrying electricity with no wires through the air. But it's correct, and the theory is right. You can carry electrical current through the air, but there has to be a certain amount of moisture to carry it with no wires. Go look it up. Go check it out. Look up Tesla's frickin', I can't think of what he called it, but moisture in the air will carry electrical current, and it got whacked. Yeah, there's 95.5, 95.6. There's my surround sound. There's no point in showing you anything else on the amp because it fried it. It's toast. I'm sure it took out a bunch of little, let me turn that back down. The sound of the ocean, kinda, but with ice on it. Yeah, it's fried. Every circuit in it got blasted. EMF is different. They can say you can wipe out satellites or solar flares. Solar flares that could damage all the satellites and all electronicals for your cell phones on all the satellites and GPS satellites they got. That's electromagnetic flux, not frequency. It puts out electrical pulses. Yeah, it fried that. It had to take out the most expensive piece I got. But yeah, there you go. EMF, electromagnetic flux, not frequency, flux. But if you know how to put out an awesome electromagnetic flux, you don't need 300,000 volts or 33,000 amps. You can do it on probably, give or take, I ain't researched it much, 2,000 or 3,000 volts at a fucking 1,000 or 2 amps, and get the frequency right to knock all the computer hardware out of every satellite that's running that frequency, but they run different ones. And your automotive car, they got stuff that, if you're out running the cops, and they can drop shit on the ground now, and when you get up to it, if you got a newer car, it'll emit electromagnetic flux ring circuit that will short circuit all of your electronics in your freaking computer controlled automobile, and that just smokes it and it's locked up and you don't go anywhere. You can Google that too. EMF police chasing. It works. It does. Yeah, my amp, the bottom line is my whole amp's fried. There ain't no way I can use it for anything, so 500 down the toilet because of a lightning strike. But the good deal is the newer Sonys are 7.2. I only have 5.2. Yeah, the old one was 500. I can get the newer one because now they're like 7 channels or 9 channels. The older model, I said this is about 4 or 5 years old. It's still $350. Different number on it with Bluetooth and all this fancier. Yeah, but yeah. All the surge protectors you want to put in line on your electronics is awesome. But if a lightning strike hits, all that goes out the frickin' window and you're done. Yeah, my whole amp is fucking fried. So, pardon my language, but that's the way it goes. But it's not electromagnetic frequency, it's EMF is electromagnetic flux. And then from that, you can, when you're going to knock out satellites and stuff, then you use electromagnetic flux to fine-tune the frequency to what the satellites are using. And you don't need 330 million volts and 33,000 amps. I said your house wiring is 115, 120 volts and max 20 amps if you got good wiring. Yeah. Well, yeah. And this was a big lightning strike, way over 120 volts. I'm probably figuring way over 330 million volts the way it shook and cracked everything. I'm just happy it landed and hit outside, but I don't know why it didn't hit the transformer out on the pole. That's what's supposed to happen, but this didn't. Maybe because of the snow and the ice and everything, and it ricocheted off the transformer and landed right out by the edge of my driveway, 15 feet from my house. Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of. You know, ice and moisture is like a mirror to electrical shit. You know, water and electric don't mix, but EMF, it's like a mirror, and it apparently the transformer was covered with ice, and I know the lines and still out there are still covered with ice. Otherwise, that transformer out there on my main line coming in, right into my driveway, would have got hit. Blew a big giant fuse. I would have lost all electricity, and they would have had to come out and replace it in 4 or 5 hours. You know, it happened. But because of all the ice, it acted like a mirror, and I think it like basically ricocheted it and made the lightning hit straight down out there by my edge of my driveway, and so then all that, boom, and it wasn't ground except through the ground, but it didn't feed back through the ground either. It's electromagnetic flux at 300 million volts, magnetic. You know, don't ever get a good heavy-duty magnet and put it near your cell phone. It'll kill it in a heartbeat. It'll destroy everything. There you go. Okay, I talked enough. But yeah, it's fried. This is, like I said, I've proved one more time. Here's the 95.5 or 6 in this junk under-counter radio. Hey, they're actually playing music now. Hear that? I'm a Jenny bottle. Oh yeah, I'm a genie bottle. Let me out. Yeah, and here's 95.5, 95.6 through my $500 amp on FM. The sound of the ocean with ice on it. Ah. Oh well. Yeah, it fried all of it. That amp is gone. Peace. Have a heart to the mobile phone. Have a heart. You know, I have insurance on this stuff, but it's a $500 amp, and I have $500 deductible. So, yeah, well, you know what I mean. But they had to take out the most expensive piece. Otherwise, my surround sound speaker, everything's working fine. Just took out the most expensive chunk. But what do? Tomorrow's a new day. I'll have to start saving up, cut down on instead of many smokes or buying a 12-pack every other day, I may have to buy a 6-pack. I kind of got the money to buy it, but I'm totally debt free now, so I really don't. I don't want to take anything out of savings because I don't got a lot of savings because I'm totally debt free. I'm trying to build that up, but I'll do something about it. Like I said, if there's one good point in it, that style with Bluetooth, brand new now from Sony, is $300. If I find them on sale in a quick deal, $320 instead of $500. So you gotta look at the bright side. It's only gonna cost me $320 instead of $500. It just never ends, but you can't let it get to you. I love you all, man. Take care. I said I'd show you out in the yard where it hit, because I could see it this morning, but then it snowed again, so it's all blown over and you can't see it. Yeah, the only reason, 99.99999% of the times, if something's going to hit that close, it'll hit the transformer. That's grounded and grounded out and just pop a big giant fuse on the main legs into the transformer, and I lose electricity, and then they come out and put new fuse in it. Great big, they're not little, they're the size of my arm, okay? But yeah, then they put new fuse in it, and I'm good to go. Didn't trip it. The only thing I can figure is all the ice and everything reflected that frickin' voltage down to where it was going to go. And then the EMF, electromagnetic flux, current through the air, transferring electricity without wires. That one was most susceptible, and it took the hit. There you go. Google it. But I said go to Britannica. Don't just Google EMF, or all you can do is come up with cancer from cell phones and all that crap, or high voltage wires. Look up electromagnetic flux first to see how regular wires work, if you want to, and then go to EMF, electromagnetic flux, to knock out satellites. Totally different. Cool breeze, man. You take care. I'm not going to let it get me down. I just have no surround sound whatsoever or anything, and I'm debating on what brand I want to buy. I'm going to replace it. I have to. I designed my own surround sound out of car speakers with that sub, that JBL. It was rocking. I can still crank up my tunage off my regular stereo and go through there, but it's just not the same. It's like if you got a car you've had for 5 or 6 years that was brand new, and you're running it hard and put a couple $100,000, and everything was taken care of, and all of a sudden, just out of the blue, you parked it somewhere, went in the mall, and a tornado took it and carried it away. But not you. The tornado took your car away and just destroyed it, and you found bits and pieces. That's what I feel like. But, hey, if I would have been outside, I probably would have been dead. Even with rubber boots and stuff and in the snow. If I would have been anywhere in my area around my home and that lightning strike hit, at the time I was out in wet snow, I would have been lit up like 4th of July and turned into a little burnt, crispy crunch critter about that big. So I'm very happy about that part. I can't look at it all bad. Better that than moi, Ronnie. Cool breeze. All right, I'll be back. You take care. But remember, even if you got surge protectors and everything, if a lightning strike hits close, surge protectors don't do nothing. And if it just blows up one thing, and it likes to go after electronics, and if you know there's lightning around here, get inside. Don't even stand out looking at the sky. Get inside where you're safe, okay? Peace, love, have a heart, have a heart. I will be back. I will see you later. Ciao. Now I just gotta figure out what amp I want to buy. There's like 4 brands they say are okay. This one was awesome. It was my original of my home surround sound, all designed together. Oh well, I have to put a new amp in. They'll get along, I'm sure. Alright man, take care. I'll see you later. Ciao.